Hi everybody, and welcome to Theor's Marvel Champions playthrough, where we play through the various scenarios of Marvel Champions using the variety of heroes. Um, I've come back after hiatus to play through some more scenarios. I didn't have Age of Apocalypse done, so I thought that would be good. I also might continue to do other videos. If you want to see other videos, please leave a comment, like and subscribe and all that stuff. It's a good way to let me know that you want to see more. And if there's any kind of content that you do want to see, I know that I kind of, before my hiatus, was trying a couple things that I don't know how well they were working, but if you thought they were working well and just never got around to commenting on it, let me know. But for today, we're going to continue through our playthrough of Age of Apocalypse. So we're taking on the 4 Horsemen today, and we're going to do that with Magik, the magical mutant who opens portals to hell. So yeah, I think trying to decide quite which aspects I want to use for this. I would like to play Ileana in protection, but I know that I have coming up Iceman, who I also like in protection, but I guess I could do him something else. Bishop, I think he could do leadership. Maybe he'll do aggression or leadership. I think I'll do leadership. So I think I can afford to do her in protection. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Ileana in protection. Now, one of the cool things about protection that Journeyman worked out and made sure that was correct is that you can use defensive energy to pay for defense events and decide whether or not you want to draw your top card after playing it. So we're going to pull defensive energy for that, and then see what else we want to do. So he did it with mutant protectors. I don't really want to do mutant protectors. I mean, this is probably the one chance that that card has, but I would be more interested in doing some other stuff. So maybe we can, well, So we have sidestep, which could be fun. We could go for perfect defense. It's not necessarily going to be, it wouldn't be that bad. Wait, why are these all on the A side? Sometimes. All right. So perfect defense could be difficult, I think, here. Might lead into some readies and healing, those kinds of things. But if we're going to do that, then what do we do for our defense events? I think we could still do sidestep as just a general defense option. We could do powerful punch. We could do riposte. We could try out, you know, we could try a change of fortune deck with her, with it just having come out. Maybe change of fortune would be fun. Should we do it? Let's go for it. Change of fortune. So if we're doing change of fortune, we might need to I don't know. Do we go? I'm still trying to decide. Under control. Defending against a minion to kill it with under control. Wait, we're not going to have minions. What am I talking about? This is not a minion heavy scenario. I mean, it has some. But like, what is that? 4? Yeah, it's got like 4 minions. I don't think we want to go change of fortune with 4 minions. Let's just do perfect defense. Perfect defense is always fun. Alright, so perfect defense. We're going to take Unflappable. We're going to take Armor Vest. We'll take Electrostatic Armor. We'll take Hard to Ignore. Couple copies. 1 copy. 1 copy. On the event side, I think that we would like Not Today. We could potentially do jump flip. Desperate Defense, I think, will be good here. And let's see, if we do some aerial allies, we could do aerial defense. We could do Defiance. That's a good, easy way to guarantee that we get there. Or we can just go classic. You know, classic energy barrier. Always good. Her event is defense, right? Where is that event? There it is. It is defense event. So we could do float like water and just use our defending to get us damage. It's always a bit of a pain to play. Maybe we can play it as Ileana. I mean, Astonishing X-Men here seems very strong, so that seems worthwhile. I don't think so. Alright. How about some allies? Which allies do we want? We could do Rogue for fun. Ooh, we could do... do we want to do Warpath? I don't know if we want to do Warpath. I was like, we can do Warpath, but again, this would be more appropriate if we were doing, like, Warpath Change of Fortune. Sure, but outside of Change of Fortune. I want to do Jocasta. Jocasta lets us recur our defense events. Silk's always a good choice. It's just been so long since I've really thought hard about who to play here. Let's do Armor, because she's very strong. We can do... Where's she? Polaris. North Star. He seems like a good option for a perfect defense. Nightcrawler. So many 3-class defense allies. What about basic cards? Let's make sure we have our basic cards lined up. So, X-Gene. Very good. Sorcerer Supreme, because we are a mystic after all. No reason not to. That does bring up that we can do Shield Spell, and it's pretty strong. What is it? It's a 1-cost S, PQR, S. Where is it? 0 cost. It's a 0 cost S. Okay, Shield Spell. We'll throw that in there. We have Basic Spell as an option, which is a pretty good card, just because it lets you ignore statuses and just kind of act. And it's flexible. On the ally side, we can do, you know, fun things with like with Cosmo. Cosmo is still actually probably worth it just to churn top card. And you know, he never dies, so that's handy. Alice Bear, who you can know is going to hit your top card, or we could just get another cheap ally. I'm just going to toss in Angel as a cheap ally. X-Jet's still good here. Adventurer's Mansion, if we can get that into play, that'd be great. Just, you know, card draw is very strong. The one problem with doing a perfect defense deck here, one not insignificant problem of perfect defense with Ileana, is that we have a lot of status available to us. So we may not be defending over much. But, you know, given that we're playing against the 4 Horsemen, it's going to be harder to make sure that the person that we want status is status. We'll be dealing with things like having our what do you call it? Our stuff blinked. I also just realized I did not shuffle these, and I don't know that they were shuffled automatically. So, okay, we got it shuffled. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, because those are supposed to be in a random order. Okay. Anyways, I guess I could have done that after I trimmed my deck. I gotta trim 4 cards out of here. I'm gonna kill Flow Like Water because I don't think it's necessarily worth it. I'll go down to 1 hard to ignore. I don't think it's that important to anything I'm doing with this deck. That's 2 cards gone. Honestly, I might just pull the basic spells and let it be a solid defense-y deck. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Alright. So let's make sure I didn't add too many allies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's too many because I also have Colossus somewhere. 7. Alright, I gotta kill one of these allies. Angel. He's not serving a purpose. So we'll keep one of the basic spells. Maybe we'll just run 2 energy barriers. I kind of like not running 3 copies of cards a lot of times. Because I'm crazy. Alright. Discard hand. Let's do this. We are going to fight the Horsemen of Apocalypse. Shuffle the Horsemen villains, reveal them in a row from left to right. Place the active counter on the leftmost villain. Random one of these side schemes. And the rest go back into the deck. Shuffled up. So there we go. Alright, we got the worst one to start with, so that's going to make this a little challenging. I could really use something here. I get to top deck a spell, and that can be basic spells, so I think we're going to kill... I really want my armor. All of those cards. And hang on to these cards. And really hope that I draw something that can thwart more. Just a little bit. Okay. Well, we got Cosmo. He can thwart. So I guess that'll work. Alternatively, I could play Nightcrawler and he can thwart more. I guess Nightcrawler... Okay, so let's see. Gotta think things through here. If I played X-Gene and I played Cosmo, right? X-Gene and Cosmo. 1, I can use Mystic Armor 2, 3, but that doesn't let me play my basic spell. So that's not actually going to work. If I play Nightcrawler for 3, then yeah, I can't. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. I'm going to back off here for a second. I think double resources are still good cards that I should be running. Let's go back to basics. Resources. I'm going to do energy, genius, strength. Okay, well, sorry for that brief situation. 3 cards, huh? Well, I was going to do it with basic spell, even though I was about to play it. And I may be a bad choice, but I'm going to do it anyways. You know what? I'm just going to ditch the shield spell too. None of those cards. I'm going to take these cards instead. Because I was like, what? Man, I just really could have used the double resource there. Oh, right. I don't have a double resource. Oh, cool. I copied my deck like 3 times. Look at that. We're going to delete that 120 cards. Okay. Sorry for the mistake there. Oh, wow. Even better. The thing is, Horseman really pressures you from the start. And I had to get the one. That's going to make me discard an upgrader support I control. What? Yeah, so what if we just didn't play any upgrades or supports? That seems wise. I think I'm going to hold on to Stepping Disc. Still. I don't know. Stepping Disc really helping me? I don't think it is. I'm just discarding everything. I really need Thwart. Alright, we got Exorcism. And Magic's Crown. We can do it. We can thwart. Alright. There are no spells. I did not draw any spells in that starting hand. So I can't use my interrupt when I flip to hero form. Or I could. Hold on. Let me see. I totally could. No, this is not ideal. Nope. Alright, let's see what my top card is. It's Soul Strike. Well, it at least has a mental. So we're going to go 2 for Exorcism. Removing 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go ahead and confuse somebody. Let's confuse Death. Maybe I should confuse Famine. I don't know. I don't know how to play these people. I really need to thwart, and that means playing the crown, even though I'm going to immediately have to discard it. Ugh, I really hate you. Alright, there's my crown. 1, 2. Clear Ravages of War. Lose my crown. And with my last resource, I'll play Soul Strike. Deal 4 damage to War. And not stun him. Alright. Well, seems good. All seems good. One threat. Famine attacks me. I'm ready. I have a single card here. Oh, it's Magic Barrier. Look at that. Yes, I will play this. I prevent 3 of the damage from this attack. And my top card has an energy, so I deal 3 damage to Famine. Excellent. Famine deals 4 damage, so that's 1. Encounter card. Hunted. Alright. She activated, so that goes there. Okay, so after a villain activates, we move the active counter to the next villain. So that's happened after she attacked. It's not going to happen on death when he schemes against me. So that's handy. We are going to use scrying to look at our top 3 cards. Put 1 in my hand, 1 in my discard pile, and 1 on top of my deck. On the one hand, I would kind of like to play the Soul Sword. On the other hand, okay, if I play him, and I play Stabbing Disc, and I play the Soul Sword, that's pretty much my turn. That seems fine. We're going to play the Soul Sword. Oh, it's Limbo. Well, Limbo is a very good card, so I would like to have it. On the other hand, it's going to be hard to hold on to cards. Maybe not that hard, though. But I also would like to use combo, so he's going to go. And I'm going to say support and discard Limbo. Oh, wait, no. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I changed my mind. I'm going to play Stepping Disc for 1, which readies me and returns a magic card to the top of my deck. This really doesn't matter. Okay, sure. And then I return Limbo to the top of my deck. Okay, I did all the things I said I was going to do. So he was a 7, now he's at 8. Right, because... Oh. Cosmo removed a threat. He's a 7, because I did 3. 4 damage to him last turn, 3 damage to him this turn. Yep. I'm going to punch him for 3 more. 12. No. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Look at that. That's fine. That's the way to do this. 10. It's very clear. Hopefully I can remember that that's what I'm doing. Okay. Flipped alter go. Discard a card from my hand. Discard this card. Writing my cards. Draw 6. Alrighty. 1 threat. Death is no longer confused. I get a single encounter card. It is Horsemen of Pestilence. Heal 2 damage from Pestilence. She doesn't have any damage. Give her a tough status. Here's your tough status. She activates against me. Putting 5 threat on the main scheme. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not ideal, but I might be able to do something about it. For sure, I can pop a Exorcism on top of my deck. So I think we are going to go ahead and play Limbo. Then we're going to flip to hero form and grab Exorcism and top deck it. So I cannot play Polaris and Exorcism, so I'm just going to play Exorcism. Energy, so I don't necessarily want it right now. Alright, well that's 1, 2, 3, 4 threat. Not a mental, unfortunately. Neither is it a fist. Cosmo can go ahead and knock off. Why don't we deal 1 damage to War? No. Well, yeah, he's going to knock off 1 threat from the main scheme. I'll just punch War. Support. What, it was a support? Yeah, it's still an energy. Oh, it's Exorcism again. So I'm just going to punch him for 2. And War is defeated. He will no longer discard all my stuff. I could hang on to Not Today. I don't know that it's very important to me right now. Might hang on to Electrostatic instead. We'll just play Hard to Ignore. Oh, I could have swapped some top deck cards. Oh, but that's fine. I didn't really need it. 3 more cards. Alright, 1 threat. Death attacks me. I do not have any extra defense. I only have 2 defense, actually, so I can't even trigger Hard to Ignore as it stands. Sorry, I need a card here. It's Stepping Disc. I can swap with Limbo, but I don't actually have any cards I can use, so that doesn't work. I'll just let him hit. This is a forced response. I'll just let him hit me. If I only had my armor. Alright, I take 3 damage. And then I take a damage, and Cosmo takes a damage, and this moves to War. Oh! Sorry, that was actually War. War activated against me. Because Pestilence activates, and after a villain activates, we move the counter to the next villain. Oh, shoot. Which way does it go? Is it next villain from the one that activated? I think not. I think it just moves. So it was actually War that activated against me. He does 3 damage, but I don't have to do his effect. So I'm still at 6. But he activated, so this moves to the next villain. Okay. One, two, 3. And I will be confused after I thwart that. Alrighty. Alright. That's fine. Well, thwarting, not my speciality, but I could use Nightcrawler and he could thwart. The problem is What else am I going to do? Or I could use Exorcism. Exorcism is a lot cheaper. If I swapped X Gene on the top of my deck for Stepping Disc, I like that. Okay, we're going to take Stepping Disc and replace it with X Gene. Oh no. What are we talking about? We're not going to do that. We are going to punch. I think I have an exorcism here, right? Okay, I've got to think. I gotta think about this for a minute. Yeah, I think that is what I want to do. I think I do want to use Limbo to swap those two cards. I'm just not going to play Exorcism from my hand. And that's great. Okay, this works out in all the ways that I want it to. So I've decided to be happy. Okay, I deal 3 damage. We're just going to go after Famine because we're already going after... Oh, we'll go after Pestilence because nobody likes Pestilence, and I have Piercing. So that's 3 damage. 0, 3. Do this. 0, 3. She has 12. Do they all have 12? Yeah, they all have 12. Okay. So that's 3 damage to Pestilence. Then I'm going to play Stepping Disc, which readies me and puts Exorcism on top of my deck, on top of X Gene for the moment. Then I will spend 1 to play Exorcism. 1, 2, 3. I also get to know what this card is just for the moment. Oh. Play Exorcism. Removing this card. And confusing somebody. Let's confuse Pestilence so she won't scheme here in a moment when I go Alter Ego. Then I'm going to play Mystical Armor. Oh. One thing here is that I don't get to use Cosmo unless I want to lose X Gene, and I would kind of like to keep X Gene. So we're going to keep it. Alright, we're going to ready all our cards. Draw 6. 1 threat. Pestilence is confused. I get a single encounter card. That encounter card is War. Heals 2 damage. He gets a tough. He activates against me. Scheming for 2. And placing a counter on Pursued by the Pest. And then he didn't attack me, so he doesn't resolve his ability. Okay. Sorry, he activated, so this goes to Famine. Yes. Yes. I can keep track of these things. It's kind of hard. There's a lot of things that I would like to do this turn. I feel like that's just true always. There are always a lot of things I would like to do. Ultimately, I don't really need to do that much damage. I'm going to heal because I don't want to take my chances on accidentally dying. I think we're going to use Colossus to play X Gene. Then we're going to flip to Hero Form. And as an interrupt, before I flip, we're going to put a spell on top of my deck. Which I feel like, again, can be Exorcism. Just feel like keeping this scheme under control is important, and I can't generally do that otherwise. Alright, X Gene can play for Exorcism. Pay for Exorcism. Removing 4 threat. And it's a mental. That means we get to confuse a villain. we're going to confuse death again, I guess. And figure I can probably go alter ego at some point here. Limbo lets me swap a card for Soul Strike. So if I swap Soul Strike for, say, Astonishing X-Men. No, not Astonishing X-Men. It's for armor. What happened? I drew hard to ignore. For armor. Then what I can do is I can play Soul Strike. Deal 4 damage here to Famine. And since my top card is now a Fist, I get to stun her as well. And then I can play Astonishing X-Men. And Cosmo can thwart it for 1 and say ally. Right? There's nothing. Yeah. Just after I defend and take no damage, good things happen. Alright, hopefully Ward does not activate against me. I already got his activation card, so, you know, he kind of shouldn't, but we'll just see what happens. 1 threat. Now this is where, as noted, the perfect defense deck doesn't quite work. Famine's stunned. I do have 2 encounter cards, though. Fewest hit points without aerial. That would be War. He gets a horse. And attach to death and move the counter to him. He has retaliate 1 and always has 1 hit point. I can attack him, take the retaliate, take 1 damage on everybody, and then he'll be done. Then that'll go away. But I think I'm going to have to do this one. That means I'm going to have to discard a card. That's pretty much fine. Cosmo is going to just keep plugging away. Maybe at the main scheme. No, okay, first things first. First things first. I'm going to punch somebody. The person I'm going to punch is going to be War, because he's the one I absolutely don't want to have a horse. I don't want to have to go through this, so I discard that to discard that. The nice thing is, he wasn't already dead. He did have a tough status, but I have piercing because I have my sword. And yeah, hard to ignore. Least valuable card I have, for sure. Now, Cosmo can thwart, I think, for 1. He can punch somebody. I discarded this card. It's an event. He doesn't take consequential. I see what the next card is. It's defensive energy. Cool. 1, 2. We're going to go 3, 4, and hang on to not today, I think. Nah. Yeah. Not today will let us basically just clear that. Or very nearly clear it. That's an Avengers Mansion. Avengers Mansion lets me draw a card. That card is... Now my top card is Stepping Disc. Excellent. Now it's a card I can play. I don't have any... Oh, I do have a spell. Oh, and I can top deck it. And I can play it in the middle phase. Let's do that. I'm going to play Stepping Disc. That readies me. And top decks a spell. In this case, Magic Barrier. Before that happened, while I was playing that, I got to see that my next card is also Defensive Energy. And we are going to punch... well, let's go ahead and punch Death. And then take a damage on each of these guys and kill those wings. Because we don't want wings. Oh, I didn't use XG. Oh, well. Alright. We're not going to hang on to not today. I don't think I need it. When Death activates against me, I'm going to lose Cosmo. Curses. Hey, look, it's a stepping disc. Stepping disc is a pretty good card, but I think I do want to draw some cards, maybe? I'm not sure if I do. What I want to do is... Alright, villain phase begins. I place a threat there, sorry. After the villain phase begins, so that's actually before that happens, I'm going to swap Magic Barrier for Stepping Disc. There we go. Now it's a card I can use. Death attacks me. I'm going to go ahead and defend this because I would like to remove a threat from there. And oh, and then I will also play Magic Barrier, which is free. Sorry, put it into play. Now, my top deck does not have an energy or a mental, so I'm going to pay for it with defensive energy. As an interrupt, when I spend it, I get to draw a card, so I'm going to do that. And flip over the next card. That's a fist. So I'm going to pay for it with another defensive energy, still overpaying. And as an interrupt, when I spend it, I get to flip over the next card. There, it's an energy. Excellent. Now I deal 3 damage to the attacking enemy. So that's 3 damage on you, death. Cool. So I'm defending, and I take 3 less damage. I have no defense events, so those don't matter. I have 3 defense, though. So when he hits me for 6, minus 3, that's 0. I defended, I took no damage. I remove 1 threat. Yes. He takes a damage because I retaliate against him. This isn't the actual order. He takes a damage from retaliate. Then each character I control takes a damage, which kills Cosmo and damages me. But that's not damage from the attack, so I still defended and took no damage, which means I get to remove a threat from Astonishing X-Men. Cool. And then a villain activate against me, so that moves to war. Single encounter card. It's a hound. They have guard. When revealed, if I am in hero form, hound attacks me. Okay. I don't see anything I can do about this, so I take 2 damage. This is why these energy barriers would be nice to get out. Alrighty. Now, not a lot of cards there to top deck, but there's one. So we're going to X-Gene Stepping Disc, which lets me top deck Magic Barrier. And ready. I will go ahead and punch this hound for 3 because it has guard. If I play Soul Strike, I draw a card, I flip over the next card. It's not a card I can play. I should have spent Soul Strike on Stepping Disc, but then that wouldn't be Fist. You know what? The thing about it is that Magic is just a little tricky to play. I think we're going to Soul Strike. Pestilence for 4. That knocks her up to 10 damage. Then Mansion can draw me a card. I can play this Extract Armor. It's free. And now I have a Strength on top of my deck. I didn't go Alter Ego while the counter was on Death, so I can't do anything about that. Oh, that's fine. We just are gonna keep on keeping on. Hey, it's my crown finally. Again. Alright, one threat. War attacks me. What's my top card? X-Jet. Cool. We're going to swap that for a magic barrier. Then we're going to play a magic barrier. That reduces his damage by 3, and then we'll also defend it for 3. Alright. Fully defended, he takes a damage, which doesn't matter. I don't think. I don't know. Technically, I guess he can track the damage. I don't think it... I don't know. It's one of those tricky things. Oh, look, it's Unflappable. I wish I had that card. Alright. The important thing is... so I didn't have an energy. I don't get to deal damage from that. Yes, I defended and took no damage. This goes down by 1. He activated. This goes there. Okay. Hard to keep track of everything. It's a golden horse. Again, going to war. I will again have to discard something. So annoying. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play Unflappable, because I would like that card to be in play. That seems great. I'm going to play Soul Strike on Famine. Deals 4 damage and stuns her. Oh, I don't think I did Famine's thing the first time. Shit. Darn it. I'm certain I forgot that. Too many things. I'm not ready. That's why I can't punch Pestilence. That's fine. You know who can punch Pestilence? My boy Nightcrawler. It's Nightcrawler. He punches Pestilence. She takes 2 damage. He takes 1. Alright. Seems solid. We're going to just keep on keeping on. 4th threat. Pestilence is attacking me. I could magic barrier this, or I could just defend desperately. Which I rather like, so. Oh, that is only 4 defense, though, because that has a mental. Oh, I also have Retaliate 1. After this, Death activates against me. Okay, well that wasn't 4 damage, so I defended perfectly. That means I ready. I remove a threat. She takes a damage because of electrostatic armor. She takes another damage because I retaliate, which I haven't been evaluating all game. This goes here because that's after a villain activates. Then Death activates against me. He does not get a boost card. He just activates. For 3, this is still not an energy, and this only works at the beginning of the villain phase. So I can't swap it out. I can't draw it. Can't change it. So that means I can only defend for 2. Not good enough, so we're going to swap North Star for Nightcrawler. And I take no damage. And a villain activated, so that's on Death now. Love how it just skips over the stunned enemy. Oh, good, I get exhausted. Anyways. 1 counter on Pursued by the Past is not 3 more than the number of players, so that means that Death activates against me again. This time... Oh, I could have just played Magic Barrier both times. That's fine. I'm just going to spend 3. I'm going to play Colossus. He comes into play, and he's tough. He then takes 5 damage, and then him and I each take 1 because of Death. And this moves to War. All right. Yeah, I should have magic barriered his, because then I would have defended and taken no damage. Everyone would be stunned and confused. And life would be good. I'm going to play scrying. Look at my top 3 cards. We're going to draw 1, discard 1, and put 1 back on top. Then we are going to, for 1, 2, we're going to play Exorcism, which will remove 4 threat. I know I only need to do a little bit of damage. Then we're going to spend 1 to play the Sorcerer Supreme. Oh, I didn't do Unflappable. I don't know. I'm obviously not very good at this game. Okay. Class is going to thwart this, finish off this, and stun and confuse every enemy in play, which is ridiculously powerful. And you won't hear me say any different. This can draw me a card. Still can't play it, though. I'm going to go Altrico. There's 0 threat on the main scheme. And every single villain is confused. I think it's safe. Not that staying hero form was dangerous, but hey. Active villain is confused. Okay. What do we get? A guard. He swaps me in hero form. A guard. They had a hound. Whatever. The hound attacks me. Sorry. I swapped to hero form. What's my top card? It's armor. 2. I'll just defend it. I defend it for 2. That's a complete defense. I draw a card from Unflappable. The hound that just attacks me takes damage. And then they take another damage because I retaliate, so they are defeated. So I trigger Change of Fortune that I didn't run. And now I have Exorcism. Okay, cool. Avengers Dimension can draw me a card. What's my next card? Oh, it's Stepping Disc. Excellent. I'll use X Gene to play. Hold up. Mental energy. My only fist is armor. Okay, I'll just use X Gene. I'll play Stepping Disc, which readies me. Excellent. My top target is now a wild. So Colossus is going to punch Hound and defeat that Hound. Then I am going to punch Death. Up to 10 damage. Where are we at here for everybody else? Okay, cool. It's only after I attack, so I do need... I'm going to have to use my Stepping Disc to do that, which is really annoying. But I guess that's life. I don't need Exorcism. Stepping Disc readies me. I punch War, doing even more damage to him beyond his hit points. And I discard... how about Electrostatic Armor to discard this? Okay, he no longer counts as having more hit points. I'm just a little shy. Two plays Cosmo. I played that Stepping Disc off the top of my deck, right? But I haven't used Limbo yet. He does 1 damage to that villain. That's a resource. What? I was right. Ah, it's Desperate Defense. I'll pay 2 for armor. Armor does 1 damage to death. Who has his own unique way of showing which cards I've used. I'm pretty sure I already used my play card, so I'm not going to try and use that. I'm fine. I have plenty of hit points. I have a desperate defense. I have a 6-card hand. We are all set. We just need 1 more damage on death to win. Alright, 1 threat. And where's that counter? Oh shoot, I moved it. It's on war, I think. War is stunned, because everybody's stunned, so he does not attack me. Okay, I get a counter card. Heal 2 damage from Famine. No. This is where overdamage might matter, and I'm not quite sure exactly how it works. Because like, there's not necessarily a limit to the amount of damage an enemy can have. It's just that they're defeated when their damage is equal to or greater than their hit points. And give her a tough status, and she activates, and that moves. Nice. Alright, well, that's an easy win. 3 damage on Famine with piercing, because I have my sword. Ally. Oh, oops. I don't even know how to use armor. She doesn't have a damage on her anyway, she was tough. Boom. 12 damage on death. That'll do it. So, victory! Yay! Sorry for the messiness there. Too many things. Magic has a lot of stuff to track, so it's very easy to get a little bit lost in everything that's going on, and these guys have a little bit to track. I may have missed some stuff. Let me know if I did in the comments, and if it's, hopefully it's not as messy as that first Jubilee game. I don't need to replay it, but yeah. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.